Hello, once again. So again, quick introduction and recap. So again, this is Himanshu. Um, we have already met a couple of times now. So, so yeah. Now in terms of recap, so my first video was about my introduction to talk about my credibility, why you should be trusting me, why you should be, uh, where you should come and view my channel and learn from. Now, then the second video was about competitive intelligence. Uh, what is competitive intelligence? How it works? Defining it? What are the hurdles? The basics about the competitive intelligence. Then my third video was all about, uh, you know, tricks of secondary research. So, last time we learned a lot about Boolean searches. Boolean searches, how it works, how they are useful, how they cut short your, effort uh, in terms of in terms of research. What tricks you should use, how to use and for, uh, parenthesis, and also the quotation marks. So one thing which I forgot to specifically talk about quotations is it's not just only for exact searches. So when I say exact searches, if you are looking for a sentence or a group of words together at one place, uh, it helps you search for that specific phrase, but it also helps you in a must have. So, for example, I'll pick up from there only. So, for example, in last search, when you go back, if you have not seen that video, you can just go back and see that video again. I took a string of search, and in which when first time when I searched, Etruda was missing in the one website or the first link basically. But when I put it double quotes just outside, around Kitruda, it searched me for a page which also had Kitruda. So that is basically a must-have. So, quotes can also be used not just only for the exact phrases, but also for the must-have kind of scenarios. For example, I want Kitruda word to be must-have in the in the search. So I'll put double quote around. I can put in double quote around multiple other things as well within that search string. So now coming to today's discussion. So I have jotted down a couple of pointers. I'll try to cover all of them. Um, and hopefully within next 30 minutes or 27 minutes I will be covering all of them. But if not, then again I'll take them forward with whatever is left. I'll take it forward to the next video basically. So now another set of operators which you can use on Google. So, okay, one another thing which I actually forgot to tell you is that these search strings, these operator words, operators basically are not limited to Google. You can use them on Yandex, you can use them on Opera, um, you know, different other platforms basically. Bing. So, in US, a lot of people use Bing. Right now, Edge is also, being used a lot. Actually, Edge is a explorer, but Bing on Edge is being used. So you can use these operators from all these platforms. You don't need to worry about that, I have to use only Google search, Google platform to use these operators. You can do it on any other platform. Now, coming back again to operators. So I was planning to talk about in operators. So there are four types of in operators: in URL, in title, in text, and in anchor. So let me just take you to the Google search. So okay, so I will try a fresh start. So let's go first with in a URL. So for example, I'll put in URL uh, colon, and then let's just say I put coronary syndrome. Let's just do that and we'll search. So here you can see coronary syndrome is in the URL, in all the URL, you know, acute coronary syndrome, acute coronary syndrome. So if you go onto these pages, the URL or the metadata of the URL would contain coronary syndrome. So I'll show you one another example is say Keytruda. So here you can see it is Keytruda's website. So first thing, then Keytruda HCP, then Keytruda's how to use Keytruda work. Again, URL has Keytruda. If you see here, see if you see here, you can clearly see that again the Keytruda is in the URL. If I click on this, see here we have Keytruda in the URL. Now if I go here, so interesting thing here you cannot see that Keytruda here, but what you can see is pembrolizumab is being highlighted here. So I'll show you something very interesting here. I'll click on this, and if I search Keytruda, it will not show me any result. But if I put it pembrolizumab, see I have 72 times pembrolizumab written in this document. Okay, so what happens is that it looks into not just the URL but also the metadata of the URL of that website. So this SMO PDF file in its metadata or in its description, they must have mentioned Keytruda as a keyword. Brand name Keytruda is the keyword. So it is showing us on these searches. Now, I think this is clear. Now moving on, let's just go and okay, let's just do one thing. Let me do this. Should I do uh, immunity? Let's just do that. So see again, the result is first page. Then you see your result page changed. Now it is talking about mesothelioma home website. If you click on it, it has immunotherapy also and it has Keytruda also here. You can clearly see this in the URL. Now, if you go here, you click on it, Keytruda is right here. So let me just search for immunotherapy. Again, as I told you, so see, this is very interesting. So on the URL, because the URL is supposed to be very short, in the URL they have not put in immunotherapy, but in the metadata they have put in immunotherapy, and hence it is searching. And that obviously the word is also in the text, but in the URL it is searching for Keytruda as well as immunotherapy, and both have been present on this one. Okay. Let me just change it here to power, and let me remove double quotes also from. So what has happened here? I have said that either Keytruda or immunotherapy, And immunotherapy is not a must. Okay. So if I do this, so here you can see NCBI doesn't have, words in its metadata. Sorry, in its URL, but definitely these words must be in metadata or title or anywhere. So immunotherapy is there. And if I search Keytruda is not there. So, it completely changes your results. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that it completely changes how you look, how you search, so these kind of things. So let me just move out of here. So I think in URL is pretty decently clear. Now let's just look into another operator, which is in title. So in title works similarly as in URL, but um, it's part of in function. But how it works is that it looks into the title you know, of the article or the page or the context or the index basically. So in title, let me just put a new word. We have already put in coronary, so let's just do PG and immunotherapy. And let's just do a must have both the cases. Will do not must have also. So see, there aren't any search matchings to your search. So, and now when you see, uh, sorry for me being yawning. Um, it's pretty late right when I'm recording this. It's taking a bit of a time. So I think it looks like a, you know, thesis of someone. Let's just go back. Um, Here. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's put in on. See, we have better results there. In on. Then just do that. Same results. Okay. See. So now I have put in title as double quotes that it should have because there was no results. So it is not showing me any results. So now this should be very clear. Um, Sorry, BG. Here we have BG. And what was the other word? Immunotherapy. We have multiple words, immunotherapy. And they are in titles actually. If you see, so it has looked into this word in titles. These titles are the title of the research paper. So yeah, I hope you're getting the use of these you know uh, these tricks basically. Now let's go to the third one, which is, so we have in URL we have done. So let's just check it out. In title, we have that. So another thing which I want to tell you is that in URL or you can use all in URL. The both works pretty much same. Um, so yeah, you can use either of these two. Then comes in text. Similar to in a URL and in title, in text is within the text, within the body of the write-up. uh, it searches us this information. It works nearly the same, and you know, uh, not nearly the same. It works exactly the same. It's just that it looks into the content specifically. Now let's go to in anchor. because in text is very same to in title and URL. So we are skipping the demo of this part. What we're doing is now we're going to something very interesting is in Anchor. So what is in Anchor? So every page or every website or social media post and all those things have anchor words too. What are these anchor words? In Twitter language, we call them hashtags. Twitter and LinkedIn, we call them hashtags. Apart from that, on proprietary websites, these are called tags. Uh, so these are called anchor tags basically. So any article or anything, if you go through, it usually has an anchor text written to it. So let me just first show you what is, give you an example of what kind of an anchor text it is. For example, I go onto this news. So if I go onto this news, see, these are called tags or anchor tags, anchors basically. So they have defined these anchors, and this is how it works. And then these anchor words are sometimes not evidently written, but these are in the again in the metadata they are given. So let's just go into the in anchor, and if I put okay, through the always favorite example. So my anchor is not working. So let's just skip that. Okay. I'll come up with a better example for in anchor. I did not prepare for in anchor, but yeah, I'll do that. Let's just go with this one. I'll highlight and I'll come back to you with this one again. Now, let's go to utility operators. So, utility operators are very interesting operators. So, let's just do this. So, what I'll do is related, and then I'll put this. So, Octopus Consulting is my company. I'm putting it in on the search. So, once I do that, you'll see. So you say that Himanshu, if I search for Octopus Consulting, randomly it will give me same results. No, it will not. I'll show you how. But for the moment, let's just visit this. So it is showing me a related Octopus Consulting page, LinkedIn page, our director's name, ambition box page. Um, on ambition box, we have good rating 3.7. Let's see that. So there are so many Glassdoor 3.8, 43 votes in my car. Crunchbase, Zoom Info. And let me just take you to the other pages as well. See, on every page, you will see that there is a Octopus page, Octopus Consent. There is a mention of Octopus Consulting. Here you can see our images, before me joining, there were multiple, images, activities have been done. So yeah, let's go to third page. See, everything related to Octopus Consulting is coming. So let me just remove Octopus related from here and then pull on the search. If you see this, then see the results have changed. The results outlook have changed. It is showing me images initially, pages. So, there are some pages which are similar. Obviously, these pages have higher hits on Google. So that's the reason they are showing, on the initial part. But if we go deep. There are multiple other websites which are coming now. So convince convince this group has posted something about us on supposedly we are their clients basically. So they have put about us. Then on Indeed we have India Mart and so on and so forth. You can see. So the search result criteria and system has changed. And here you can see the Octopus and consulting are both, now it has started to show different boards. So I hope this is clearer, how related works. So now let's just go with another, utility operator, which is stocks, sorry, stocks. Um, or, uh, let's say it was still years. So it directly gave me the Google, you know, um, financials basically related to Google financial. The page came out, and here you can see the latest news also. Um, all stock related. See Yahoo Finance, Money Control. So whosoever is talking about stocks information, all those links have been coming in. Obviously, Google has shown their link first, but Grow and other websites. This is coming and then obviously related news. And here on the right side, you can see that these related companies, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Advemo, and so on and so forth. They have given you information about what is Mr. Mayor's with because I'm based out of India, so obviously they have given it in Hindi as well. They have shown us that Chris Warner is basically the CEO since 1st November 2023, just last year. The company was founded in New York in Clinton in 1887. Founders name, there were three founders, William McLaren Bristol, John Ripple Mayers, and E.R. Squibb. So that's the reason it is Bristol Myers Squibb. It has presently 34,000 employees, subsidiaries, all the subsidiaries. So, BMS have recently acquired Karuna Therapeutics. One of their biggest acquisition was Celgene. They have recently acquired Karuna, Resin Bio, Mirati. So yeah, all this information you can find in the stocks basically. Now let's go to match operators. So now we have covered both of these. Now let's go to match operators. So we have already discussed about double quotes. Okay. So I'm not going to touch base upon it, but if someone has any questions, they can reach out to me personally about the quotes or anything else for that matter. I will try to answer them. I'm going to put my LinkedIn page, my Twitter page, in the description, so you can always reach out to me on those platforms as well. So before I go to around, I'll tell you about another operator which is wildcard or asterisk mark basically. So asterisk is not really something which I have ever used. Um, Obviously, there are people who say that asterisk is a decent search operator, but I have never used it, so I feel it is bit obsolete. So I'll not talk about it. Let's talk about something which is very useful to me, which has been very useful to me over the time, which is around uh, operator. So let's just go back to Google. Okay. Now I want to search a website where I have, you know, I have Keytruda. So let's say Keytruda and immunotherapy and immunotherapy within 5 letters plus or 5 letters minus. So basically, if there is a whole paragraph and in between the paragraph you have written Keytruda, so before Keytruda, immunotherapy around 5 words, and after Keytruda around 5 words. If we search this, let's just okay. So let's search for Keytruda. Some issue with that. There's some problem with this. Right? I think both the things are there in the metadata, but it's probably not showing it here. Okay, this is a good example. This is 5. So here are the results basically. Now you can see this. Okay. So that's how you do around 5. Or around you use around as an operator basically. Now let's move on to, so we have covered all the match. Okay, now let me show you something. So I have told you about the operators. So operators are obviously very interesting and very important. But there is always a shortcut also. So let me just tell you that Google has an advanced search. So maximum of you might not have heard about it. Please do comment below and let me know that if you already knew about uh, the advanced search. So for that, what you need to do is just go on Google, put in advanced search, and you'll have the first link. Click on it, you'll have this, and otherwise you have this URL which you can always use. Now all the words, all these words. So you can put in all the words which you want. Um, you know, keywords basically. This exact word or phrase, there needs to be an exact word. Okay, any of these words. So basically, when I say any of these words, all these words and 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 operator. Any of these word is basically an or operator. None of these word is basically an exclusion operator. So then numbers ranging between this unit to that. We'll also in our next discussion we will also discuss about the time operators. So that's all that are also there. Now you can refine your search within the language, whichever you want. You can go to the advanced and search for the language. Again, region. Uh, Last updated 24 hours. You can put in the time duration as well. And uh, yeah, so this is time duration. And then we have within the domain, uh, terms of appearing anywhere in the page, title, text. So again, in URL, in title, in text, or link to the page basically. So which in functions which I've already told you about. Then file types. This is something which I'm going to tell you in our next discussion. So file types is also there. Okay, and then you have usage. Which again I will discuss. Our 30 minutes ago to be over. So this we will discuss in our next discussion. Okay, so thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share it with anyone who is interested. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.